We're going to learn about testing for blood sugar levels. And this is Sarah Vogler, and I'm with Barbara and Amy, who've been working with me. And Barbara just got her Keto Mojo. So did you connect it to your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay, so you didn't open your Keto Mojo at all, correct? You turn on your monitor. Do you have a piece of tape that you could pull out in the back of it?
Yeah, I pulled it out to connect my app or my phone to it.
Oh, so you're all connected?
Yeah, I'm synced.
Wonderful. That's sometimes the hardest part. So do you have your brown glucose test strips?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I do is I cut off the bottom, being careful not to cut the test strip, which is inside.
How do you know it's the bottom? Just like the bottom, like that.
You don't know. You don't know. It's either the top or the bottom of the longitudinal strip.
Okay.
So the short end that you cut off, and then I cut off the side. Now I can feel underneath it where the strip is, where the test strip. So I know I'm not going to cut it, but I have cut it before and it ruins the strip. So it behooves you to feel where the strip is so you don't ruin it.
Okay.
Okay, and now here's the strip, the test strip.
Okay, you can touch it.
Okay, I touch it on the edges so your fingers aren't sticky or anything. This is the part that inserts into the device. And this is the part which you make in contact with your blood. And it's better to hold it upright and turn the edge of your finger right to the very top of that and not press or anything, because the blood gets suctioned down into that little blue stripe. In other words, if you push hard, it doesn't work quite as well. You just want to kind of drip the blood into that test strip right on that blue line.
Okay.
Okay, some people push in the back or the front, and that doesn't work. You have to get it right centered on that blue line. And you have about a minute or 2 minutes to do that once you turn your meter on.
Okay.
Okay.
So I turned it on already.
Okay, so we're going to put that down for now because I want you to play with the lancet.
If I already put it in the thing though.
You already put the needle in the lancet?
Or I already put the
You put the test strip in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so here we go. Test strip goes in the monitor, and it should turn on and give you some numbers. And it shows a blinking light, which is a drop of blood, an image of a drop of blood.
I see that.
Okay. And now you're going to take your lancet. Normally I would practice with the lancet so you'd know how to work it. But you pull the bottom trigger, which is in a different color, and then you snap the smaller button on the side. The longer button does something else, but the short button, you can play with that just to see what that's like. And yeah. I turn my dial to 5 because that's, for me, I've used it so many times. That's the only one that works to puncture my finger. But you may not have to use a 5. Okay, if your meter is still running, you might want to pull your strip out and start over, just so you have enough time. Or you can just leave it in. And what you're going to do is cock your lancet, pull the trigger down, and now you're going to put against your 3rd, 4th, or 5th finger.
Oh, I didn't put my lancet in yet.
Oh, you have to put your needle in.
Just kind of place it in?
Yeah, you push it in. You see it looks hexagonal. There's some kind of ridges. Just push the ridges into the holes. It looks like it's going to fit.
Do you push it all the way down?
Yeah, you push all the way down on the sides, from the sides. Squeeze it and push it down.
Does it look like that?
Push it down again. Say something because I don't see you. I'm going to pin you so I can see you. Okay. So you're out of view. The lancet is out of view. You have to hold it up by that's it. Okay. I don't know if that's pushed in all the way. Is that in all the way? Twist it around, make sure it's in all the way.
Can I see what yours looks like? Can you turn it a little bit? Or like where it opens up, does it look like?
If I pull it out, I can pull it out like that, right?
Okay.
And then I'm just going to push it in and kind of twist it where it goes. Keep it down. So yeah, that looks like you're in.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then I take this bottom part and push it, and you'll see it pop up. So that wasn't in enough. We should be popping out of place.
It's not cocking for some reason. Is it supposed to?
Yeah, it's supposed to make a click. You got to pull it harder. There, I heard a click.
Okay. I think it's cocked now.
Oh, let me see it. Let me see it. Okay, now press the trigger, press the button. Okay, I didn't hear anything. Did you hear something?
Yeah.
Okay, pull it down hard so you got it really. Okay, there you go. Now I heard it. Okay, now for sure your strip has run out of time. So I'm going to pull it out and start again with your device.
I'm scared.
So did you get the numbers on it?
Yep.
I can't see the reflection from the light. It's too bright. You have to turn your
date and the time. It looks like its blood is dropping. So
okay, perfect. Okay, so now you're going to take your fingers and you take which finger you want to use. Which finger you're going to use? I'm going to use my fourth finger, and I'm going to use the inside line of the fourth finger. And I'm going to put. Ooh, I don't have my top on here. I'm going to put that against my skin. And what number do you have on your dial?
I put it at 4.
Okay.
Less?
Well, 4, you should be fine with 4. If it's too much, the next time just use a 3. Okay, I'm going to put it in.
3 now since it hurt you before and you didn't like to do it since it hurt you. I do it at 3.
Did it hurt you at 4?
Well, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to try 3 first.
Okay.
Okay, can we do this together?
And yeah. So put it in and press it hard. What I do, if I press it hard, it takes away the sensation of the prick. And then I press the button.
Okay, 1. No, you
2,
count down.
3, push.
Not getting much blood.
Okay, I got a nice drop, so I'm going to put mine in. There's my drop of blood.
Should I do another one?
Yeah, do another one. Hard to do it upside down.
And make sure to kind of massage your finger, Barbara, to get the blood going. And if you haven't drank enough water before, you might be dehydrated and might not flow out as well, or blood thinners like fish oil.
Is that enough blood?
Perfect. That's perfect. Use that. I've got a nice 87. Wow. Now you should turn it so it can drip into it. So it's at vertical, not horizontal. That's it. Did it suck in?
Yeah.
Oh, it says countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. What's the number?
74.
That's beautiful.
And it didn't
Yes.
really hurt, did it?
Huh?
What?
It didn't really hurt, did it?
Kinda. Now there's a lot of blood. It took a little bit.
Okay, you get used to it. So now you can go eat something.
Right. Okay.
So
70
that's it.
So then it's gonna track that for me then? Does
It
it sync
will,
it to my
and make
phone?
sure it's synced to your app, your Keto Mojo app. You can actually open your app and look if it's synced. More interesting would be if you eat something and see what your blood sugar goes to.
And Barbara, I keep track on a pad of paper, like which finger I'm doing. Like I'll say L4 was what I did today, my left fourth finger, and then L5 for the next, testing. So I'm not always testing the same finger, and I can kind of keep track.
Okay.
Okay, I remember,
Okay.
so I don't have to write it down if you remember.
Wait, so you don't want to do it with the same finger every time?
Probably want to change your fingers so you don't get sore on one finger. But if you do it enough times, you kind of just change your fingers. I used to do it like 6 times a day.
And you would use a different lancet every single time?
No, that I do not do. I use the same lancet for quite a lot of times.
Yeah.
And you can always wipe the lancet off with the needle on there with alcohol too.
Okay.
And
Like
if
how long would one lancet last you?
It depends on your sense of sustainability. So for me, I can wipe that needle off for many, many times and not change it for 2 months.
Okay.
But you need to do what's right for you. And they don't say that in the directions. They always say to change the lancet, but I just find that so unnecessary.
I agree.
Gosh, you just be spending money on lancets and
I know. Let's be crazy.
Amy, what'd you
Cool.
get? Yeah, cool. What'd you get? Oh, what's cool? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's critical, in fact. You've just taken a step towards saving the rest of your life, building
Wow.
longevity and being healthy, freer from disease. And if you didn't know, your blood sugar,
Yeah.
freer from inflammation. And most disease is a result of inflammatory reactions. So that's saving you from diabetes, from insulin resistance, from kidney disease, liver disease, eye problems, long-term problems like cancer that lives on sugar, and even dementia, which they're now calling diabetes type 3.
All right. I've heard that. And so as far as the numbers, I know we went over it. I'm looking at my notes. I have fasting state blood sugar is about 60 to 90.
Okay, 70 to 90. You can do 60.
70 to 90. Cortisol will affect sugar levels. Sarah likes it to see it below 90. Do you like to see it below 90 even after a meal?
No, it's going to go higher. I like to see it below 110. If you can stay below 110,
After a meal.
even after a meal, but it goes up for 30. It usually goes up 30 milligrams per deciliter. But you're 30 points, and then it comes down within 45 minutes. So if you want to do a thorough tracking, it's first, as I learned from my teacher, Dr. Rita Marie Lascalzo, take it every 15 minutes for the first hour after you eat and write it down. We have something called a glucose tracker, which I've given to my students. And it's a place to write down your numbers and write down what you've eaten, write down what you've exercised, how you've exercised, what your energy level is. If you have any other parameters, like how you slept, were you upset before you went to sleep, anything that would affect your cortisol.
Yeah.
So that would be helpful to know. So then it should go up for 30 minutes, for 45 minutes to a peak and then come down. Some people stay up. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you got, what was your number? 60?
74.
74. So that's a great number. And it would be great if you want to eat something and check again
Right now.
right now. But if not, we'll do it another time. You can just text me and let me know.
Yeah, I think I might want to eat like a meal rather than just the one thing I can think that I could eat is the kefir, but I know from it's probably gonna keep it low. But I'm think I'm gonna eat like a big breakfast lunch.
Okay. Because you're
My
on a
first meal
later
of the day.
time. Yeah, that sounds good. Amy, did you get your sugar level?
I did, and mine was at 85.
Wonderful. Yay. That's so great. That's so
Yeah.
great. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just curious, Amy, where you're at in your day. Did you already eat dinner?
So that
Yes.
might be my last meal because I'm like going on 4 o'clock, and I try to finish eating early so I could, if I want to, first thing in the morning, like before exercising, I could eat or not.
Yeah.
To get your fasting
Yeah.
window in.
Exactly. And like I've said, the later I go in my day, the more trouble I have. If I start eating later, it's harder for me to stop. So it's easier for me to stop earlier and just be done and say, you know, I'm done until I could then eat, you know, at what?
So she's finished at 5, let's say. When did you eat your last meal? At 4?
Let's see. So I'm done at 4. So that'd be
So 8 hours till 12, and another 8 hours, 8 a.m. That would be 16 hours. You could eat at 8 a.m. Yeah.
right. I'm terrible at math.
So the fasting window would be 16 hours of fasting, which is a great way to stimulate autophagy. So your body cleans itself out during that fasting window. Yeah.
Yes. Autophagy.
Unless you're really thin, which case you probably need to eat more often if you want to keep your body weight up.
And what about the ketones? Like if I
Well,
wanted, I feel like with the ketones, I'd probably test if I've done like a really long fast or something. Or
so
like,
do you have your blue strips right there?
yeah.
Why don't you take one and check it?
Can I use the same blood that's like already still out?
If it's fresh, I think it'll be dried up.
Maybe. Yeah. It's a little.
Just for the video, I'm going to, for those of you who don't want to stay on, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. And now we're going to test for ketones. Barbara's going to test for ketones. Are you cutting the paper? Did you find the paper?
Yeah, I have it in now.
Okay,
So
let's see it. Okay, good.
different finger. So scared.
Do it on the side.
Yeah, this one really didn't.
Keep your fingers steady and keep the pressure steady. So you're thinking about the circle from the lance itself.
Oh, I got enough on here.
Let's see.
It's interesting. It must be a slow blood drip.
I see. That's good. That's good. Hold it up so it's vertical. So your finger's above it. That's it.
counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0.9.
0.9. Okay, put your finger in the tissue so you dry it off your finger.
Okay, I have to get up. Okay.
Okay, so that's a good number. That's a good ketone level. If you wanted to be in optimal ketosis, that would mean your ketone levels are between 1 millimole per liter and 3 millimoles per liter. So you're close to that.
So 1 through 3
Yeah.
is ketosis or optimal.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's great to go to the Keto Mojo app, and I can send you the link. It's the article is called "What Should Your Ketone Levels Be?" and it's on the Keto Mojo site. So let's see if I can share this with you, and you can read more about it. And Amy, I'll send to you too. This is the keto level guide. I'm not sure you really want to be in ketosis. Let's just find out what your glucose levels are. Everybody gets focused when they get started on the ketone levels, but you want to, unless you have diabetes, you want to work with your goals, which are to have a good diet. And if you're looking to lose weight, you can do the intermittent fasting. You can try to go for ketosis if you want, but in the beginning, I would say try to get it established that you're checking for your blood sugar levels. So.
And how long would you want to stay in ketosis if you were looking for that? Like,
here, let me share this screen. Let's go to share screen. It depends on what you were doing. If you were diabetic, you'd want to be in ketosis a lot of time. Without knowing your other blood tests, you don't know what your fatty level, your cholesterol levels are. I don't know your cholesterol levels. I don't know your advanced lipid profiles. I don't know if you've had an advanced lipid panel that checks for apolipoprotein A and apolipoprotein B. So if you're at higher risk for atherosclerosis or cardiovascular disease because it's in your family, then the ketosis may be a way to, you'd have to consider whether you want to raise your cholesterol even more, because it will raise your cholesterol for most people to be in ketosis. And
heard that.
That might be not a good thing for your body, which is what I found out. So it wasn't so good for my body. So I stopped the ketosis. But as you have known since we've been working together, that I tend to stick to that program nonetheless, where I'm not eating a lot of carbs because I'm working with blood sugar. So to avoid carbs is the same, almost the same thing.
It's like dependent on what your goals are.
Yeah, but I'm not eating a lot of fat. Before I would have a coconut fat. So now I'm not having that at all, really. Except maybe occasionally put it in the bread.
The last time that I had my
the flourless bread, let me just correct that, because people think that I'm having wheat. I'm not eating any wheat. Okay, I'm eating the seed bread, quote unquote bread.
I saw millet flour in the store the other day, but then I was like, that sounds, because my acupuncturist always tells me to eat millet.
Yeah, millet has some benefits to it. I don't eat millet though, because it's starchy to me, but you can see if it raises your sugar or not.
Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah.
The last time I got my blood work done last year, I think they said that like my LDLs are they're normal, but like a little like on the higher, which I know is like the scary one.
So maybe I'll do a short seminar on watching your LDL, HDL ratios. And it's really the important thing is your HDL to triglyceride level. It's not the LDL so much.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to call this a complete testing of our glucose and our ketones.
Thank
So
you.
thank you. Thank you.